I was sitting reminiscing, thinking about the past, different times with my children and such, and I remember a time that I took my children to the park. They were quite young at the time, all four of them. We were walking, and lo and behold, we get to the park and we're getting ready to go up to where the slides are and stuff, and on the ground was a bunch of needles. And I kid you not, they were open, just laying out, used, with just laying there, just exposed. And freaked me to high heaven and back. Um, I found it very disturbing that I couldn't take my kids to the park to be able to play at a playground that was made for children without having to worry about if my child was going to step on or be punctured by a used needle that potentially could have heroin still on it, methamphetamine still on it. It could have HIV, AIDS, hepatitis. Like, the list goes on and on. And I started thinking of a time that I had heard about a needle exchange. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with them. I'm not too fluent with them. But I do know that I looked up, and I will provide a list of states that have needle exchanges if you know anybody that needs them. But the topic on the needle exchange itself, I'm for it, and I have a lot of good things to say about it, but at the same time against it. And let me explain why. So, I am for the needle exchange programs that they have here in my state, Kentucky, and city being Louisville, merely for the fact that we had at one time, I mean, you couldn't go anywhere. You would walk along the sidewalks and see needles just thrown out all over the ground, the road, they're at parks, schools, libraries. I mean, the list went on and on. And once they started that needle exchange, it cleaned up. Our city cleaned up a lot, and I'm thankful for that. I am nowhere in this saying that I am for people using heroin or methamphetamines or any drug of that aspect. If you have to use syringes because um, your disease, or however you want to call it, uses syringes, by all means, completely understand. If you are a user and you're using, I don't agree. But with that being said, the needle exchange program, you can take the needles, if my understanding is right, that are used, and the needle exchange will replace those needles for you and give you back empty, clean syringes that have never been used before in replace of those that they had exchanged. That cleaned up our streets a lot because I know a lot of the users would have problems. I mean, you hear it around town of not being able to exchange the needles or get new ones at that time, and they were reusing the ones that they had or using other people's needles. And that's just sad and it's scary. So, I am for the needle exchange when it comes to providing people that need them in that aspect to have clean ones. At least it's safer, I guess. But I'm against it being that I am a diabetic. And I am thankful that my medicine and my syringes are most of the time paid for. However, I know a lot of people that struggle to be able to provide themselves with the medicines that they need and the syringes that they need because of how expensive things are. Yes, they do have like the insulin pens that are um, already filled, and all you do is replace the needle caps. Those are nice. It's cut down drastically, I'm sure, just on the syringes being used for drug users just by doing that. But there still are people that have to have, you know, certain medications that are given by syringe. So it bothers me that those people that our drug users can get the needles for free, but the person who has the disease that they carry or have cannot receive the needles that they need for free. There's a big problem and an issue with that, and I think it needs to be looked into a lot more because we are trying as diabetics and other people that have diseases to live and carry on with our life, and we require those syringes, whereas drug users are using them for their habit. So, yeah, I don't know what y'all think, but drop it down below. Let me know what y'all think. Comment. If you don't mind, like, share, subscribe. All my videos are completely all over the place, and I know that. I'm pretty much just vlogging my everyday to day things that I do and, you know, having fun with it. So this was a topic that I thought was a good one, and maybe it'll help some of you all, or help some of your all's family or friends that you all know. And like I said, in the details, I am putting the list I believe to be updated on which states in the United States have a needle exchange. But if you're not from the states, maybe you can look into it. Maybe you all have something like that and you just don't know. So you all take care and have a good day. Bye.